Alrighty, we're in the car today. We're going to be talking about, well, I'm going to be sharing my opinion and my view on why you really need to find your own path when it comes to, I'm not going to say everything in life. I want to focus on business today. More so, I want to focus on talking about what I've spoken about this for a long time, but a maverick mindset and what a maverick mindset is and a maverick approach. Because honestly, I don't think it matters how you go about doing business. It's more so about who you are as a person, more so than what lead generation system you use, how you market, how you sell. It's more so about not following the same trends or marketing the same way as the next person. Now, do I think there's anything wrong with following a framework when you first get started, because maybe you need to be able to follow something just to have an idea, because maybe you are clueless, maybe you're totally fresh, you're totally brand new to business. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. However, after a certain period of time and after however many reps you put in and you build up a lot of muscle, around doing things in business, I think it's then your responsibility to free yourself from those initial frameworks and figure out, these are my strengths. These are the things that I do better than anybody else. Unshackle yourself. That's a maverick mindset. Because one thing when I look around in lots of different industries, the companies, the individuals, the personal brands that have done the best over anybody else have always done things differently. They've always cut their own cloth. Always. Like I was looking at a guy 2 nights ago, and he breaks all the rules when it comes to, copy that's in a funnel and the aesthetics, what the actual funnel looks like. But absolutely fucking bent and broken the rules altogether. That's like, but he's probably one of the most successful individuals in that particular space of operation. And you can see in his videos and the ways that he does things, he's just being himself. He is being him. And he's got ease with it and he's got flow with it, because he's not having to pretend to be something that he's manufactured about himself around the edges for however many years. And again, that's a big part of being maverick, is having sometimes the courage, sometimes, the bravery to put yourself out there and just be you. Unfiltered, unedited. And there are going to be people that, have crap to say about you. No matter what type of, business you decide to set up, whether it's, curing cancer, helping starving children on the streets of Sierra Leone, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be someone that has, negative shit to say. Always. So you might as well start the whole journey as yourself, as you, rather than, like I said, wrapping yourself up, manufacturing who you believe you need to be in order to suit other people. And that's something that the maverick doesn't do. The maverick realizes that there's ease, that there's flow, that there's tons of energy available when they are themselves. I'm actually heading to the train station, by the way, if you were curious. I'm not just come out in my car for a drive to make a video. This is what we like to call two birds, one stone. Make a trip to a train station and get to chit chat at the same time and share some insights. Now the whole maverick side of things was birthed a long time ago into our own work, the things that we do, Elaine and I. Actually got on here a lot quicker than I thought I would, to be fair. Because there was a strong realization that we'd attracted types of people, not necessarily in business, but also in our personal life, that were massively out of alignment with what we stood for and what we believed in. And that's when we had to take a bit of what would you call it? I don't know what the word is. Like an assessment, and weigh up. What are we doing so wrong to have attracted this kind of thing into our own life? So we wanted to take responsibility for that, because that's the only thing you can do, right? It's no good in blaming other people and other things. It was a realization that although, yes, we believed we were being ourselves, we weren't all the time. We were kind of shielding parts of ourselves, maybe through fear. And that was causing these people to see what we'd put up as a shield as a part of who we actually were, when it wasn't, And I know this can happen in all parts of life as well. And this is why, we live by that saying that you might have heard me talk about in other videos, how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if you can integrate all of these different departments of your life, that's when everything just becomes a little bit simpler, because you can just show up as one person rather than a few different identities to fulfill, the mission at hand, which is draining, I will say. So maverick mindset is be yourself, break the rules. Because if you think about marketing, if we just isolate marketing for a second, once upon a time, the systems that, are being advertised to you, if you don't generate your leads this way, if you don't market this way, you'll be a failure. Okay, well, you had to have tested that or have heard it from someone else. And then even if you tested it from the ground up yourself, how long did it take you to prove concept and then prove it with other people? Probably quite a bit of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money. Well, that doesn't mean it's the only way to do things. It's one of maybe a million. I don't know if million's the right mathematical calculation on this, but it's one of many ways. One of many ways. So don't believe for a second you have to sit inside of someone else's way of doing things forever. Maybe it's a great starting point, but eventually you have to break free from what other people have done to find their own success, and you have to cut your own path. You have to cut your own path as a maverick when it comes to your business. Because otherwise, if you live inside of someone else's dreams, aspirations, their frameworks, their ways of going about things, then the destination that you end up at is not the fulfilling, purposeful, and desired place that you'd set out to aim for in the first place. It's someone else's destination. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. I can tell you that from experience, and having helped other people, what they would narrate as saving them from those types of destinations and bringing them back to a place of where they can then make a wholehearted, clear, clarified decision on where they actually want to be. Not based on, well, this is where you need to go and this is what you should be doing because that's the only way for success. No. How do we uncover who you really are? So the journey to get there is fucking fun. It's exciting. It's fulfilling. But also then the destinations and all the milestones along the way are just as exciting. That's what you're aiming for. at least in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that one today. Hopefully you enjoyed a little journey in the car with me. I'll see you again soon.